What's going on, YouTube? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Hope y'all are enjoying the green candles. I know everyone's super excited. I've just seen the sentiment going on in the ecosystem on crypto Twitter, if you will, and just letting everyone have all be fun. Definitely take a moment to appreciate it, man. It's been quite a long time coming. So, I hope as always, y'all are having a fantastic day, boys and girls. Let's get some music going on in the background. We're diving in. We're having some fun, checking out some double-digit gains today. And of course, guys, don't call it a comeback, man. This is already meant to be. It was already going to happen. At this point in time, it's just a matter of time before it always ends up coming back. Let me make sure the audio is all good as well. Give me a quick little heads up in the chat if everything looks good, sounds good, and is good. And of course, we'll be diving in on checking out some information as well with all of this too. What's going on? What's going on? We got Westcott in the house, my co-host of Pulse Nation. Salute to you, my boy. I hope you're having a fantastic day with you and your fam. Loving the videos I've been seeing as well, man. Getting out, touching that green grass, enjoying the green sun, or enjoying the vitamin D and getting that sunshine. Audio is great, Prospector says. Thank you so much. Goody213, what's going on? Let's go. Anthony says, ATX, thanks for everything you do, bro. Appreciate you as well, my friend. Much love to every single one of y'all coming through on the live streams, coming through on the replay gang, hitting up with the comments, hitting the like button, hit the subscribe button, of course, to the Patreon and YouTube memberships as well. Much love to every single one of y'all. So I hope everyone is having a fantastic day. We got Check My Pulse in the house saying LFG ATX, been busy working, taking time to put my feet in the grass. Exactly, right? Looks great today. Fortunate to have been able to hustle. Hodl, DCA, repeat. That's what it's about right there, my friend. That's what it's always been about, and that's what it's going to be about as well, guys. It's fun to get caught up and loving the green candles and all that good stuff, but you got to remember, guys, go outside, touch some grass, go make some friends, go meet some new people as well. You'll be surprised of how interesting people really are out there. Dino X5555 says, hope y'all doing great. Another Quattro Cinco went through. Let's go. Congratulations on another Quattro Cinco. I just did a couple last month myself. I see Crypto Wonder in the house. Salute to you, my boy. All the glizzy videos he's putting out lately have been absolute fire. If y'all ain't check them out, y'all definitely got to do that. Appreciate that. Christopher says, you sound good. You look good. Much love, my boy. Much love, much love. So, we got Ro in the house also saying, took your advice. I don't know about my advice, but he says, took your advice and bought more PLSX. I'm glad I did. Thanks, bro. Let's go. So I buy every single day, no matter what, folks. That's part of the Pulse Challenge. I'm going to continue to buy every single day until September 15th. That is at that point in time when I'll make the decision to see if I will continue to keep on purchasing as I have been, or if I do something with a dynamic DCA strategy. But that's what it's always been, folks. You DCA for the first 12 to 18 months of this token being out, and you will look back and thank yourself later, no matter what's going on. Price is going up, price is going down. I don't know what's happening with prices. Things are looking crazy. News, bud, all this crazy stuff. You DCA, and at the end of the day, you look back 2 years from now, 4 years from now, 5 years from now, 8, 10 years from now, heck. Let's go Quattro Cinco and 55-55, right? 15 years from now, you look back and you be like, I was there. I was a part of it, right? That was just one of those things. And I DCA'd the entire time, and I built myself a nice little stack. I was doing some fun math the other day with the community numbers and just kind of looking at where things would end up going if, numbers ended up hitting certain thresholds. And it was kind of interesting, man, because I was looking at, you just look at 100 million Pulse or 100 million PulseX and the price reaching even just maybe possibly a penny, right? And you look at that and you're like $1 million. I was looking at a fun video the other day, and it was actually dealing with the Dogecoin millionaire. If y'all aren't familiar with him, he came up in Dogecoin, man. He put all of his stuff on credit cards. He went out and took basically leveraged up to the tits on that one. He basically did whatever he could to get as much as he could. Did it pay off? I will say it did, for sure. But was it crazy? Do I recommend it? No. But do you hear stories like this happen frequently in crypto? Yes, because crypto is very crazy and volatile. The dude went up from $100,000 to $3 million in the portfolio. You got people screaming at him left, right, and center, sell your crypto, sell your crypto, sell your crypto. And that dude still held strong. Now, I'm not saying that was the right play. I'm not saying that you shouldn't have taken profits. There's definitely different strategies that I would personally have done myself, but neither here nor there. The dude held on, and now he's back above the millionaire status, and it's only going higher. So it's always fun to see how things always play out in the end, and definitely a crazy little journey, guys. It's going to be a wild journey this time around. This is something that comes very, very often, every 4 years, as a matter of fact, called the cycle of crypto. And right now, you're entering that final year where things get absolutely freaking bonkers. So now is the chance, the final stop, if you will, the final call on the train before the thing starts going crazy. Y'all still have an opportunity, to anyone looking right here, right now, to be in on an early stage at this point in time before liftoff really does start actually happening. Now, I'm not going to say it's going to happen next week, not even next month. Heck, it may even take until the end of the year, because what happens is, if you don't know, you go up really fast, guys. It goes up really fast, and it goes down over an extended period of time, typically 3 years. And so while it's going down, that's the bear market. You get the last little rally up, that's the bull market. And that's when things go absolutely bonkers. It's usually for about 6 to 12 months, somewhere in that range. You see massive gains, anywhere between 10x, 50x, 100x, even 1000x and more. And so it's one of those things, when you start looking at it from a standpoint of, we're doing what the cycle has always done. This time is technically not different. Now, we have done some different things, I'm not going to lie. Seeing Bitcoin at $71,000 already and holding at $71,000 is pretty damn bullish. Not only that, it's basically hovering around the previous all-time high back in 2021. Now, at this point in time, we're just capitulating around these prices before the next rally leg up. I did some fun little calculations the other day, and it would be looking at putting Bitcoin at $100,000 by the end of the year. We can say anywhere between $90,000 to $100,000. Now, that's still not the full rally, by the way, y'all. This is just where things start getting very interesting. This is when you can possibly see Bitcoin reach numbers upwards of 150, 250, and you see some experts out there saying $500,000 Bitcoin. Now, when things are already at the $100,000 mark and $200,000 mark, everyone and their mother is going to be calling for Bitcoin going to $1 million. So be very careful about that in that situation, right? Because you do not want to be caught on the wrong side of that one, where you're going to have to hold for another 4 years for prices to recover back to those particular numbers. So make sure that you plan ahead with the 5 P's of proper preparation, preventing poor performance, folks. 5 P's will set you up in such a way that allows you to set a plan in place early, execute the plan, and then actually follow through once it's done. That's taking profits along the way. That's taking profits at the top. We're not saying you're going to time the exact top. And heck, if you just hold for the next 10 to 15 years and you don't take any profit, you're going to be way better off probably as well. However, most people are looking to change their life, even if it's just a little bit, live a little bit more carefree, maybe take some vacations, heck, even possibly pay off some of that stupid debt and student loan. So all those things are definitely happening, man. The time is definitely upon us. El Sizzle says, who believes the hardest, man? We definitely got some beliefs in here for sure, for sure. But look at the charts, man. We got Bitcoin currently sitting at $71,162. Again, I talked about this at the beginning yesterday, as a matter of fact, that I would love to see Bitcoin close a weekly candle above 70,000. We haven't seen that 70,000 close really since the end of March at this point in time. And at this point in time, the weekly close over here is looking to be more and more closely to be closing above 70,000 for the month, or for the week of the first week of June. Now, looking at the monthly again, you can see we haven't closed above a 70,000 on the monthly until we're back here in March. Again, this is the beginning to whole month of March right here. So that's what I'm looking at right there. This is when things start getting really freaking bullish, in my opinion, just because it sets that new precedent of a new floor being set. Now, at this point in time, we've got massive support and resistance already at this 70,184 number. We've been bouncing all up in there, upwards, downwards, all within, all around. And, if it wants to keep on going, then let it keep on going. So, looking at it, we'd love to see a bounce off this level once again, flip it as a support. You can see we've already tested that a little bit on yesterday's candle. However, it's just a matter of time before we really do start taking off. And at that point, that's when things get crazy. The 915 EMA are crossing into a bullish zone as well. The MACD is looking pretty damn bullish too. Looking at this particular chart right here, that was a terrible circle. Looking at this particular chart right here, you can see that blue line is escaping the other line. So mad bullish, folks, keeping that in mind. This is just where things start getting interesting, because I've said already in the past, alt season isn't here yet. Alt season comes whenever Bitcoin dominance actually ends up being somewhere in the lower bounds over here, where Bitcoin dominance ends up being 50%, 45%, somewhere in these ranges. So you can see we aren't quite there, right? Look at what we're doing. We're testing this out. We're holding this level of support at this point, and as long as we continue to hold that level, we're not flipping altcoins bullish just yet. That doesn't mean bullish price action can't happen. Heck, take a look over at what just happened in PulseChain as of the last 24 hours, folks. Last 24 hours, we got PulseChain at 40257, a 13% increase. PulseX 40256, a 20% increase. Double digit increases, double digit gains. The Ink token is back at $3.16 with a 25% increase. These are two of the massive bullish behaviors out of the tokens in the RH ecosystem. Heck, even Hex on PulseChain is sitting at 20764, an 18% increase with Hex over on Ethereum 2018. Ratio still roughly around the 1 to 4, so nothing too crazy there. Even on the 7-day as well, within this last recent gain, you were seeing quite a bit of some bullish behavior in the last 7 days. Again, this is on gopulse.com. If you want to check it out, you're welcome to check it out. And heck, you could even see it over here on the actual crypto charts too. So let's take a little peeky weeky over at PulseChain. Look at that green candle, folks. Everyone is getting super excited. We broke out of this trend line that we've been holding on a bearish trend line. Guys, you have to understand, we were bearish for damn near 12 or 10 weeks, right? So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 weeks of red candles. This is a massive welcomed green candle, making up essentially the last, if not 2 weeks of red candles, almost surpassing into the 3-week range. That would be the next level I would be looking at if I was to be paying attention to just some action over here. It would be getting that action back above 406194 for PulseChain, bouncing off and testing that level of the 9-week EMA as well. And guys, this is just the beginning of where things start turning out. This is also a very, very, very high angled trend line right here. So again, it should have been broken out at any point in time. It just couldn't quite break out. And heck, we've broken out above it now. So next levels that I'm paying attention to, just checking out above, would be 406194. We're probably going to be seeing some resistance there, as we have seen multiple times already over here on the left side of this chart, right? You can see plenty of times where we've bounced all within this range. And heck, I could even see us probably even capitulating in this zone as well. So these are going to be what I'm going to be paying attention to in the recent times. If we do break into the capitulation zone, you'd want to bounce in here, set a new level of support. Let me just kind of draw this out again. You'd want to bounce in this little zone, bounce off, set a new level of support, bounce through, bounce off again to retest that level of support, and then keep on going on that one. So keep that in mind. These things can happen super, super fast, y'all. You have to understand, when I talk about things going down for a while, they go up really, really fast, right? And so we've already seen it happen in the past. Guys, imagine we get a weekly close like this, where we get a 2x close within a week. Again, just a nice little bars pattern here just for S's and G's, and just kind of seeing what could be a potential. Just imagine we get something like that all of a sudden right here again. I would definitely welcome that, and I think the entire community would absolutely welcome that as well. So this is just something that I'm seeing on the recent side of things, keeping that in mind. Looking at the rest of the charts now, PulseX, we have bounced out of the capitulation zone, which is really freaking awesome as well. Bouncing above it and almost retesting out the 9 weekly EMA on this one. So we're getting pretty damn close to testing that right there, folks. So keep that in mind. That's pretty much my next level of things I would be paying attention to. Not too far off in this situation. Roughly around 40267, 40268, somewhere in that range and in that zone. And then again, we're getting to the 15 EMA above. Going down for a hex. Check it out. Check it out. Check it out. Yo, I absolutely love Hex, y'all. I always have, always will. It's what got me to flip my mindset about how I was thinking about my investments, my future, what my plan was long term. It wasn't something that I just saw a crypto go up and I chased it, trying to catch the green candles. I used to do that, man. I was in Cardano, I was in Ethereum, I was in Bitcoin back in 18 and 19, but I was playing around with trading and all sorts of stuff. So I probably ended up, if not breaking even, losing money is my guess. In reality, I got to see the money go up and saw my first 100x in Cardano, as a matter of fact. And then I got introduced to Hex, and that just flipped my mindset to say, wow, this is what I've been looking for. And it's not that I'm looking at the price of Hex, it's that I'm looking long term with Hex. The idea behind Hex, folks, is that you get it and you stake it, right? Like, that is the real purpose of it. You buy a Hex, you accumulate a certain amount of Hex, and then you stake your Hex. It's that simple. It's not rocket science. If you're looking for short term gains, sure, hold some liquid. Send something out to your future self, though, because you never know what the future holds. And looking at this 5 years, 10 years from now, you could be kicking yourself in the butt when you said, damn, I could have had 3 times, 4 times more Hex doing nothing, because it earns daily Hex by your T-share payout. So every single day that goes by, I get paid additional Hex, and that Hex just keeps on stacking. And eventually, by the time the stake comes due, I've 3x'd my bag of Hex without even increasing any of my actual capital into the token. That's just one of the benefits. And again, when you start thinking long term, it really allows you to start opening up your mind to start planning out what you plan on doing. For example, if you have kids, saving for the first car, saving for the wedding, saving for maybe them graduating, saving for multiple different situations. If you're married and you have a spouse, saving for anniversaries, saving for your family vacations, saving for certain situations that you see happening, planning out that for yourself into the future. It's almost like you paint yourself a little vision board with your Hex stakes. But that's just the way I see it, folks. That's just the way I see it. Anyways, I just wanted to share that because that really did kind of flip my mindset, y'all. It really did, promise. And again, I don't know if it was a main contributing factor of me not drinking anymore and me not smoking anymore, but I haven't smoked a cigarette in 3 years, and I found Hex 3 years ago, conveniently and coincidentally. I haven't had a drink in 2 years, and I found Hex again 3 years ago, but it took me some time. Delayed gratification, folks. It's one of those things that definitely takes some time. So, anyways, that's why I'm a big fan of Hex, regardless of what the price is doing. I'm earning more Hex every day. That's one of the benefits to when you say staking don't matter, because every single day I get paid additional Hex. Anyways, we got Hex over on PulseChain, currently sitting at 207654. Next level to be paying attention to would, of course, be the 9 EMA weekly candle on this one, which is putting it around 2081, and then ideally bouncing us above even higher into the 15 EMA, which is that penny level, which we already know, folks. I think we can all agree the penny level is going to be quite a bit of where did the line go? Okay, cool. It's going to be quite a bit of resistance. Like that's a psychological number that's just anything and ending in the tens. So a penny, 10 cents, a dollar, right? So on and so forth. Those are psychological thresholds that are always going to be met with resistance. Heck, you can see how many times it's been met already with resistance and support, all within this little range and zone. Keeping that in mind, it's just something to see. But look at this beautiful, beautiful candle, folks. Again, the daily massive, massive green candle going up on this one, getting rid of essentially many days in a row back here. I think we're going on roughly about 2 weeks if I was to measure this out. Let's just see. Yeah, roughly about 14 days washed out in one candle. It's absolutely gorgeous to see, folks. And this is why you don't want to be playing the trading game. People get caught up with this, man. I can testify to this. Me, 2018, 2019, I would look at charts and I would say, man, if prices are going down, I'll sell my entire position and just buy back in lower. That's definitely a play that can be possible, but you can only do that so many times before you just absolutely get left behind. Eventually, prices do stuff like this where you see a nice little 18% pump within a single day. Then you start chasing the green candle. You possibly buy back in up here because you're just got this trading mentality like, damn, I shouldn't have sold it all down here. I don't want to miss the pump. And then guess what happens? You're going to see a little bit of a pullback, possibly, folks, just possibly. Because again, I'm looking at the 915 EMA over here. This could be levels to be pulling back to if it did. And then you are mad that you bought back in at a higher position. And then you sell thinking prices are going to go lower. Guys, it's a vicious cycle trading. And what saves you from trading? X, holding, patience, delayed gratification, staking, all of the fun stuff that you can possibly imagine that RH preaches and that the ecosystem teaches is definitely all in here. Looking at this though, the 915 EMA turning into a bullish scale on this one. Love seeing it as well. And yeah, definitely checking it all out. Oh shit, Cookie de Chocolate, much love, much love. First time, 2:38 in the morning here. First time in months to catch you live. God damn. Well, I appreciate the live comment. Appreciate you catching us live as always. Appreciate the love and support. It's always amazing to see every single one of y'all, folks. It's always amazing to see every single one of y'all, especially when you got news like green candles like this. Because these candles wash away a whole lot of stuff. Again, folks, this is essentially looking at this candle alone, 14 days washed out in a single candle in one day. So I know that doesn't make up for the 12 weeks, for example, but this is a single day. And folks, when things go up, they like to rally quickly. So don't get left behind. Don't think, oh my gosh, you know what? I'll just wait for another dip because, dude, this could be the potential bottom. We could be seeing this local low right here as a potential bottom. Not calling it right now just yet, but it's always fun to imagine. Of course, when you get news articles like Gary Gensler over here talking about this whole GameStop situation, I'm sure y'all possibly saw this as well, but GameStop pumps 16% as SEC Chair Gensler sidesteps Roaring Kitty's question. So a fun little thing, Keith Gill is Roaring Kitty or Deep Fucking Value on social media and Reddit. He's, of course, one of the more active proponents preaching the whole GameStop short squeeze that went through. The whole MOAS, or mother of all short squeezes, is what it was called. This is definitely part of it, and he went silent for damn near 3 years, folks. He went quiet for a hot minute. He's back again, folks. He's showed his portfolio. He showed that he's got millions. I think he's up to $150 million on his call options. I think he's up roughly about $28 million on his shares. Just crazy stuff. But GameStop shares popped another 16%, over $31 on Wednesday after Gary Gensler, chairman of the Securities and SEC, was asked about Keith Gill. And what's crazy about this whole thing, man, you have to imagine, I was actually in this whole AMC and GameStop situation. This is right before I was discovering hacks, right in the mix of it too, and it couldn't have been at a better time. I got in on GameStop. I was a part of it. I think I rode it from the $50 to $300. I didn't get to cash out at the $500 mark. But whenever I saw it, dude, that was one of those plays that it was incredible, man. I was like, this is a part of something. I'm a part of something, because again, you're always looking for camaraderie somewhere. You're always looking to be a part of something. I think it's in human nature to some degree. You want to be a part of things, right? I think we are culturally just built that way. It's something that is inherent within ourselves. So you're watching this and you're talking with friends and doing this and all that, and things are going crazy and the rally starts happening. I saw it go up to 500 or damn near $450, and I'm like, man, this is crazy. It's going to $1,000. I found Hex and I was like, cashed out. I like cashed out of all my positions and went into Hex, and that was just one of those crazy timing deals, because then of course it went all the way down to damn near $10 or something crazy after the whole SEC got involved, the whole DTCC got involved. If y'all haven't seen the movie Dumb Money yet, go check it out, because god dang, dude, that hit home. I think that was one of those movies that I watched so many freaking times, and I think it's on Netflix still, but I think I watched that more times than I've watched probably any other movie. Definitely consecutively. I would play that shit back to back to back to back to back, because I loved it, man. It was definitely awesome. But anyways, going back to this, it was definitely a meme stock influence, bot, and better known online. Before they could finish asking a question about Gill's online return, Gensler interrupted to address the show's audience directly. Describing the SEC as a cop on the beat, Gensler said the agency investigates the behavior of financial participants as one might expect, following the facts and the law. And what's funny and hilarious about this following the facts and the law situation, Richard Hart pointed out this whole situation as well, as a matter of fact, where he goes through where it says the SEC has lost in court again. The commission has exceeded its statutory authority. The court vacated the SEC's final rule. Turns out rules aren't final when you violate the APA and the court catches you. Basically, they're saying that you can't just make up shit, SEC. You can't just reach for stuff. Follow the law. So to what Gary Gensler just said, they are always caught up in a situation where they're definitely always caught within contradictions. And it happens all the time, folks. It definitely happens all the time. Let me say hello to some more beautiful people who are in the chat as well. Let me just kind of go through over here. We got Marcus in the house. What up, y'all? Yellowtail. How long have we been here? Everyone changing? Lol. Yeah, it's quite hilarious, right? You see a green candle and I'm telling you, the whole sentiment in the community is like, woo! What's even crazier about it is you're going to see a whole lot of people come out the woodworks and be like, I knew it was going to be this the whole time. And yet they've been the motherfuckers shilling you all the goddamn garbage and meme coins and trash and trying to do anything that they can to pump their bags because they're bored and they think something needs to happen. So pay attention to those people as well, folks. Definitely take accountability of who's doing that kind of action and who's doing that kind of stuff. Because you won't be catching me doing any of that trash. I've been tried and true and tested for years now at this point in time. I think I started streaming in 22. But before that, I was always about the RH tokens. Primarily Hex, of course. And then I became primarily focused on PulseChain and created my channel on it. It's been all RH the entire time. Yes, there have been conversations of other tokens such as Hedron, Icosa, and other things that are similar in the ecosystem, such as the way when you're sharing this kind of stuff and creating content. But folks, it's always been the RH tokens for me. That's where all of my cookies and crumbles will go. I don't mess with the meme coin world. Yes, you can make some quick gains in it. I've been down that rabbit hole before, guys. I have an addictive personality. I think that's fair to say. I'm glad the fact that I was able to stop drinking and stop smoking, but that addictive personality also unlocks a door to degeneracy whenever I find myself going down that rabbit hole. You have to understand, when PulseChain first launched, who else felt this way? Let me know who felt this way. But when PulseChain first launched, let me go back. Let me take it back a step. I found Hex. I was like, holy shit. Weight lifted off my shoulder. This is what I'm looking for. I went in, got some money, got some gains. It was incredible. It was just a beautiful thing to see. PulseChain comes out, or the idea of PulseChain comes out, and you're like, okay, cool, this is fun, this is interesting. I didn't catch Hex in the early 2019, 2020 phase. This could be something crazy. This could be wild. And so I took the gains from Hex into the sacrifice. Luckily, it saved it at that point in time, because if you can imagine holding Hex now at that point in time and actually what you would be worth, probably be down 99%, right? 95%, whatever it ends up being. So the fact that it can hold that value, pretty damn awesome. Neither here nor there. PulseChain launches. We wait years. PulseChain launches. As soon as it did, guys, I said this on stream multiple times. I was like, I feel myself becoming a degenerate again. I can feel myself. I was doing ratio fucking trades. I was doing all this different stuff, messing with the newest coin. This new token had a sacrifice. This one was going on. I was unlocking. I went from like focusing on one token to maybe a couple, should I say, to now I got my hands on fucking 15, 20 tokens again. And I was like, this is not good. I want to cut that off before it gets too crazy. And so sure as shit, I fucking cut that off as soon as I felt that way, folks. I was feeling myself unlock the door to degeneracy again, to me unlocking that Pandora's box. And so quickly, I shut that off. And I was like, I gotta laser focus on the RH tokens. This is where my focus will go. That's it. Because if I focus on anything else, it ends up not only distracting from what my goal was, which was DCA for the first 12 to 18 months, regardless of what was going on, because I could have been DCAing into the tokens and I go and invest it into different meme coins. This is when the door gets crazy for the degeneracy world. You go into a meme coin and you go make 2x to 5x your money quick, and you're like, wow, I did it with a small DCA amount. I turned $5 into $25. Maybe I turned $50 into $250. Heck, maybe I turned $500 into $2,500. It ends up being a smaller amount than what my entire stack was, right? But what happens is you do that a couple of times. You say, that was easy. That was quick. What if I did it with more money? Why wouldn't I just go in harder, man? If I know this thing is going to go freaking crazy, why wouldn't I just go in harder? And then that Pandora's box has opened and you're gone. You're gone to the wind at that point in time. Sail is set. Fucking no oar on boat. The sail is set. The wind's blowing. You're going full on degenerate at that point in time, folks. It is wild, wild to see. And again, I had to cut that off real fast. That's me. That's my personality. But I want to know how y'all felt as well. Let me go through the chat in the meantime. Give me 1 second. We got Coin Investor. What's up, my boy? This time is upon us. The time is upon us. Let's see where we are. August 1st. Yeah, for sure. RH just hinted at making a wallet. Interesting. J Everything. Salute. What's up, my boy? Tam, what's up, fam? Respect. Christopher says, time and time again, we witness PulseX and Inc. pumping the hardest of all. So bullish. Yeah, they're all tied together, folks. So, like, if one of them's going crazy, they're all going to be pumping, which is pretty damn cool in that scenario. Downside, if one of them starts dropping, they all start dropping. But there is going to be times where things pump harder than the other. There will be a time where the PulseX possibly flips PulseChain. I've said this in the past, but right now the ratio for PulseX and Pulse is roughly around 1 to 2.22. As a matter of fact, I can pull that up on the chart as well if y'all are curious to see that. And let me just kind of show you what it looks like. So this is basically how the ratios look right now with PulseX. Again, this is right here sitting at, again, I don't know if you need to see it flipped a different way. Let me just make it to where it's inverted to maybe make it a little bit easier to understand possibly. Hide. Okay, cool. So this is basically where the ratio is right here. This is saying that for every one pulse, whoops. Let me just flip this up to a weekly, maybe make it a little bit easier to see. Thicker candles, thicker. Okay, cool. So this is basically saying for every one pulse, you get 2.22 pulse X, right? There's been times where you're going to see it up here as well, where you got 4 pulse X for every one pulse. What if there's a day, hear me out, what if there's a day where pulse X flips pulse and it's down here and it's all the way down here? So for every one pulse X, you possibly get 1.2 pulse, meaning you would get more pulse X, or you would get more pulse for your pulse X. That would be freaking crazy. Not out of the question. So keep that in mind. This can always happen as well. Whenever I look at some of these charts, this doesn't mean it always has to stay. Whoops. I don't want the trending. This doesn't mean it always has to stay within this range. There's nothing stating it has to play in this range and ratios, folks. There could easily be a day where we are all the way 1-to-1, right? Meaning for every one pulse X, you get one pulse. What if that day happens? What are you going to do about it? This is where you get caught up on the other side, where ratio trading will absolutely freaking wreck many people. So be cautious about this kind of stuff too. However, right now, it's sitting at a damn good ratio right now, meaning PulseX currently is outperforming Pulse and has outperformed Pulse actually for 266 days, folks. 266 days, damn near a year, PulseX has outperformed Pulse. Will it always be that way? No. So don't get caught off guard with that being the case. But I hope that makes sense to everyone as well. Because always good to see. Always good to see. 2 and 3 years, congrats. Appreciate that. Love to sip whiskey while the charts are going up. Yeah, dude, I would love, I don't know what your favorite whiskey was, but mine was Glenlivet. Ooh-wee. A good 12, 15-year Glenlivet. Oh, mwah. That shit was so smooth, so butter. Absolutely loved it. You know what's funny? I actually got a bottle. I got a bottle the day the day of my retirement, if you will. The day I stopped working for the corporate man, if you will. So I was working for a company. January 14th, 2022 was the last day I've worked an actual job, right? And I got a whole little going away party and all that good stuff. And they gave me a bottle, and I had just stopped drinking January 1st that year. No one knew. I wasn't sharing it with anyone in case I didn't hold true to my words. And they gave me this bottle of Larceny. Let me actually grab it real quick. Hold up. So it's collected dust now because it's just kind of that low price. But this is the last bottle that I've technically received, still unopened. I got it as of January 14th, 2022, and I keep it nearby. I know it's crazy to think about, man, because it's one of those deals that there's definitely been moments in my life already in the time that I have stopped drinking that I wanted to bust it open again. And it's just one of those deals that just kind of like is a constant good reminder in the background for myself that, again, I can hold true to my discipline. I can hold true to myself. And so I do keep it nearby. I still have bottles of beer for friends whenever they come over. We still have all that good stuff as well in the fridge, just because I like being a good host, man. But I had to get control of myself at that point in time. And before, dude, as soon as I would have a drop of alcohol, it was just nonstop for the rest of the night. And it's just something I needed to fix. And it's just one of those crazy deals that I look back at this bottle, man. It's just one of those reminders of the struggles that we go through in life as well. And also how you can actually persevere and get ahead and make it a make it a buck, man. Make it a real thing. Yeah, appreciate all the love as well. Wish I would have sold that pump in March when PulseX hit SAC. Hurt to watch portfolio go down 60-70%. That's crypto, man. That's 100% crypto. Like I wouldn't, if that's gonna hurt you, obviously, like that probably means you might have a little bit more invested than you should have. But we've already seen it do this a few times, as a matter of fact. So just for S's and G's, like this is a PulseX chart. This doesn't go all the way back. Heck, I'll even pull it up on Deck Screener since we're here already on Deck Screener. But this is the actual chart right here, right? So let me just kind of go back and just open it all up. So when PulseChain first launched, obviously some crazy action happened. People were excited, all that good stuff. You had SAC price, we went a little bit above it, and then bam, the sucker went down. I mean, we can call this the first dip, 70%. People were like, oh shit, this is crazy. 70%. Oh my god, below SAC price. It was actually more than that as well. Okay, cool. 78%. People were like, man, that was very short lived. 23 days that lasted, folks. 23 days. It was like, damn. And it went fast too, folks. Like, you look back at this, 67% in 10 days. Wow, that went super quick. And then you saw a nice little 64, 65% pump. 70% pump, and you're like, all right, cool. That was a quick dip. Get out the weak hands. Yeah. Get out the weak hands. And then you see another dip as well, right? So followed by another 50, heck, even 60% dip again, right? And so you start getting into these little situations where you're like, damn, man, I wish I would have taken profit. I wish I would have done this. I wish I would have done that. And then you start seeing a rally again. You're like, all right, cool. We're going back up, man. That was a nice little bottom. And then the SEC came involved, right? And this is the SEC day, July. You can look back and kind of know what went down that particular day. But the SEC announcement, or the Richard Hart against the SEC, was a 70% dip in 2 days. 2 days. It was like you were here, elated. We're going back up. Things are crazy. Boosh. All the way down. All the way to be recovered again by a nice little 2.5x pump. So if you did catch that dip, what a phenomenal buying opportunity. Granted, followed then by another 67% dip over the next 40 days. 60, 70, 80% dips happen in crypto all the time, even after all of this pump right here. This is a nice 2.7x pump, right, in 61 days, followed by, guess what? A 50% dip, right? It happens, guys. 50, 60, 70, 80% dips, they happen frequently in crypto. That's part of the game. That's why you're in crypto in the first place. It's because of the volatility. Because then after that dip, you see opportunities like this where you see a nice little 5x in 12 days. So if you just took advantage of buying anywhere below here, if not anywhere in here, a beautiful 3 to 5x your money within 12 days. Fast. It went super fast. And not only that, it got back above SAC price. We already know this is the March 11th day where Richard Hart made his announcement, and people in the community lost their shit. They lost their shit, man. They did. He wasn't the one selling. The community's been the one selling the entire time. This is out of boredom, spite, anger, emotions. This is all out of emotions. This is what emotions look like on a chart, y'all. This is what you're seeing. 80% dip in 81 days. This is emotions right here. That's all it is. And then when the green candles start showing up again, they go fast. You see a nice little 2, 3x, 5x within the span of 12 to 15 days. It happens so fast, my guys. So I guess what I'll try to say, or what I'll try to help share, is when the prices do go back up to SAC price, for example, on PulseX, I wouldn't expect to try to take all the profit at that point in time. I'm not giving anyone financial advice. Take profits along the way. If you're in the green, scoop some off the table. That's perfectly fine. Nothing against that. Give yourself some breathing room. The downside to it is people get greedy. So as soon as you see profits, they're like, I could sell a little bit. but it's gonna go off and do another 2 to 5 to 10x, man. Like, what if it does? Get a bigger bag. That's all I'll say. Get a bigger bag so you can take some profits accordingly, appropriately. You don't have to sell your whole stack to take profits. You just do it in a very smart way using the 5 P's: proper preparation, preventing poor performance. I have a whole spreadsheet set up of a whole take profit plan that I share with the Patreon people as well. And I go through it. It gives you a whole rundown of when to take profits based on your average entry price, based on multiples that you decide ahead of time. Tells you how much to sell, when to sell, how to do it. It's lovely. You do it in a way that allows you to sleep at night and not worry about what the fuck is going on. Keep that in mind, folks. I will say, what do I consider core? Oh, okay, I see that. Message retracted. ATX looking fresh with the Uncle Phil haircut. Love to see it. Yeah, dude. Love it, right? I love going with the look at all the grays, man. I love it. I love the grays. I've always wanted salt and pepper. Swear. I've said that since I was like fucking 10 years old. I think salt and pepper is the coolest look, in my opinion. And I got it. And so I was like, yes. Now I just need to get salt and pepper in the gray on the beard. And I'll just be like, oh man. Loving life. Loving life. What do you consider core? For me, obviously it's Pulse, PulseX, Hex on PulseChain, Hex on Ethereum, Incentive Token. Those are the core. Keep it simple. Keep it simple, silly. Cookie de Chocolate saying hello to everybody. Diamond Hand Degenerate, salute. What's up, my boy? Fresh off the Q2 CMC. There you go. Yeah, exactly. Everyone's saying hi to Cookie. Much love. Oh, shit. The YouTube did the thing where it just scrolled through the whole chat. Let me read through and go back on the chat. You know what sack is coming for the Richard Hart wallet. Yeah, how funny would that be? Would you sacrifice? Let me know down in the comments right now below. Would you sacrifice knowing everything that you know for the Richard Hart wallet? I'm curious. Leave a comment down below. Tam giving some fire love to every single people out here. Any game theory for the wallet? Yeah, I'm sure there is, definitely. Yes, download it, use it. What up, Crypto Bendu? How you doing, my boy? Marcus. I'm starting to agree with the use ink for the sack to get some additional value out of that damn coin. Yeah. No more sacks, please. PTSD. I think I know how AFAM sits. 18 and older, ATX. Don't be a degen. Because I was talking about 12 and 15 year whiskey, man. That was just my jam. 18 and older. Oh, jeez. That's a bald looking bottle. I mean, bold. Put the bottle away. The way you looked at it made you look like Diddy looking at you. Oh, man. Y'all funny, man. Y'all funny. Florian says, real thanks for this, man. Appreciate you always. What's the word? Hexkin Lost in Asia. Long time no see. As always, much love to every single one of y'all, too. ATX, it's my busy season at work. Haven't caught you live in a while. Well, Funkmaster Hex, you come through on the replay every single time, so I ain't even worried. Much love to you, Funkmaster Hex, as well. Green Glizzies, for sure. PulseChain is the DJ Khaled of dips. Another one. Lol. That's funny. Working hard to try to get one last clip of dry powder before moon. Keep it going, man. Facts, dude. All the shitcoiners trying to be like 2 chains. They not different. Facts. Nice. Love to hear it. Yeah, I'm waiting for some checks too. There you go. A few more months of DCA, then watch the rocket take off. Yeah, that's where my mindset goes. I think we got roughly until September or even upwards to November. And then, you know, moon from there type deal. Get ready. So we could still see a 2 to 3x between that time as well, just a heads up. But I think the real moon starts, toward the end of 24, early 25. Good that gives me some time to add some things to my portfolio. Facts on facts. We will never see these prices ever again, especially after November. Facts, Christopher. Busy season overtime hit July. I plan to be fully packed by then. Just watch the numbers. Keep going. You heard it here from ATX. He loves the grays. You goofy, man. I love it, bro. I would only sacrifice to experience pain again. Preach, man. Do they make a touch of grave just for men when you're fully black beard to start with? Ooh, good question. Yes, I live in Vegas at the White Rhino Strip Club. Right? Working that pole, man. Working that pole. Oh shit, folks, it's motherfucking Wednesday and I ain't hit nobody with Wednesday, my dude. So what am I doing?
It is Wednesday, my dude. It is Wednesday, my dudes.
It is Wednesday, my dudes. Holy shit. Another mid-week check-in. Hump day, as we like to call it. Hump day. Mike, what day is it? Hump day. That freaking camel. Love it, man. Love it. Yeah. I can't believe, dude. I was like, yeah, it is Wednesday, my dudes. Wow. Wow. Time just keeps on flying, right? Time keeps on ticking into the future, as they say, as it were. So, I haven't even checked out the news yet today, man. I'm just having too much fun checking out chat, having some fun with all of y'all. What we got going on in the crypto world today, folks? We got anything crazy happening? Pepe Millionaire bets on AI dark horse with $800,000 invested. Calls it best ROI in crypto. Good luck. Bitcoin, Rabo, and Ondo are trending this week. Woo. Nothing fun on any of that. Cool. Former U.S. President Donald Trump now holds over $32 million in crypto. Congrats. Nvidia beats Russell 2000 stock by $10 billion. Wow. Crypto Heat reveals crypto staking strategy to maximize yield. Yeah, just do it in Hex. Miles Dutcher shares top altcoins after huge bullish signal. Book of Meme or Bomb faces consolidation after breaking away from Bitcoin. Yeah, and this is like, people are getting caught up in this whole meme coin cycle. It's not, I mean, you do you, boo. You do you. It's money to be made for sure. For me, I know it just unlocks Pandora's box, and that just is not worth it at all. Shiba Inu investors beware. Lead dev sounds critical warning on dangerous scam. Public blockchains too fragile for tokenization. Huh. Oh, it's because Larry Fink was talking about putting everything in tokenizing everything, actually doing something in the ballpark of opening up some sort of competitor to the New York Stock Exchange, but in Texas, and tokenizing it all. So we'll see. I like this one. It says Van Eck predicts Ethereum will hit $22,000 by 2030. Can you imagine Bitcoin or Ethereum at $22,000, folks? Taking a little peek over here real quick. Ethereum at $22,000, boys and gals. Like, we talking up here. That's above. That could actually make sense, to be fair. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not even gonna lie. No cap. We got the ETH ETF that got approved. We have S1s getting filed. If it does off and go into the fib retracement, as it should and does and has in the past, it tends to hit the 3.618, if not possibly even the top of a 4.236, which puts Ethereum at $15,000 to $17,000 this bull cycle, following a bear market, which this bear market, I think Ethereum only saw a 70% dip. Yeah. Trying to get the exact over here. All right, cool. 81% dip. So let's just assume Ethereum ends up hitting 15 and you see an 80% dip. That would put it back into the $3,000 range. And then it goes off and does the same thing, going up into the $22,000 by the 2029 phase. I could see that being possible. I could definitely see that being possible. So, Van Eck, shout out to you. I believe that as well. Crypto case fiasco leads to complete shutdown of SEC office in this city. Yeah, Hexologist actually did a whole stream on this earlier too, but the SEC has actually shut down one of their offices in Ohio, if I'm not mistaken. Let me just see if I can. Yeah, SEC's loss in the debt box crypto case causes them to actually shut down one of the regional offices in Utah, Salt Lake City, as a matter of fact. All of them are going to be transferred to the SEC's Denver office while the regulator affirms its commitment to keeping other regional offices open. In August the previous year, Salt Lake City office secured a temporary asset freeze and restraining order against Debtbox as it accused the company and its principals of defrauding investors of at least $49 million. That quickly got I wouldn't say quickly because by no means was it quick, but it got reversed in November. So again, August to November, roughly around 4 months went by. Judge Robert Shelby expressed concerns over material misrepresentations by the SEC lawyers. They were making shit up. Surprise, surprise. Following month, the SEC enforcement director apologized in a court filing, and in January, the agency filed a motion to dismiss the case, and the SEC was ordered to pay $1.8 million in fees. But it doesn't even get back the amount of time and effort they wasted on everyone's fucking part. And they're doing this again with a whole lot of people, and they're losing, folks, and the SEC is losing many cases. The fact that they approved the Ethereum ETF is a bitch slap to the SEC. Truly. Because that just means the SEC was saying that Ethereum was a security earlier this year, January and February. Ethereum was a security in the SEC's eyes. Now by June or even May, we get an ETF approval, thereby making Ethereum not a fucking security, thereby making it a commodity. Not only that, the other court cases that the SEC has gone after and made up with false, misleading, and misrepresentation of material basically says it all, man. Yeah, basically says it all. U.S. Congress calls for Biden's immediate action to detain Binance executive case. Market accumulation drove Bitcoin's realized profits to all-time high. Binance moves to dismiss most of UK Bitcoin SV case. Anything crazy happening? Bitcoin balances on OTC desks surged by 30,000. The fact that there's only like less than 1 million at any given time. Again, Bitcoin is going to go fucking bonkers in the future. I just don't see it happening this cycle right now. And there's a lot more money to be made in other tokens, but Bitcoin's definitely going to be seeing. I actually had a whole chart breaking down when Bitcoin would be going possibly into the $1 million range. And I think it was by 2030, if I'm not mistaken. Let me see if I can pull one up real quick. Oh, it's okay. Echo, come here. Sorry. Puppy was sleeping, and she just had some crazy dreams. Yeah, Echo was sleeping, and she got a little, like, crazy dreams, basically. No. Yeah, she whined. Yeah. Alright, cool. Sorry, guys. We got distracted by all of that. And I don't have that chart up anymore. Anyways, I'll go back and find that particular chart. Now's not the time to be looking for it right now. But, crazy stuff happening, folks. Crazy stuff happening in crypto. Keep in mind, we got plenty of time ahead. It is all good to go. Yep. Let me just kind of catch up on the chat. Win PulseChain ETF, facts. Dude, can you imagine? So, you know, the Ripple CEO was talking about possibly an XRP ETF by 25. Too funny. Anyways, wow, wubsy. Wing Wednesday. Off to the pub soon. Have a fantastic time. Coinbase wallet just launched. Setup time 20 seconds and off to poop coin land you go. Basically how fast it'll go as well. Yeah, smart wallet. Yeah, exactly. They did just launch a Coinbase smart wallet as well. That was actually on the news articles that I had pulled up, but I didn't share. I wonder. Yeah, it's just funny. SEC Gensler shrugs about new crypto ETFs strolling through his agency's gate. Once waging a legal battle against crypto ETFs, now talks about pending ETH ETF as if it's a casual process and is jumping through the standard hoops. What else we got, man? What else we got? Bullish on SEC pegging to $1. Sorry. Hey, check it out. She was dreaming of Richard Hart going to jail. Aww. Too crazy, man. Too crazy. But guys, that's going to wrap up the Wednesday stream today. I hope everyone, as always, has a fantastic time. And I will catch y'all in the next one. Peace.
It is Wednesday, my dear.
I want to take a minute and thank all of our Patreon members over on patreon.com. Also want to thank all the badge members for YouTube memberships and all of the subscribers.